Hello and welcome to Mid-American Gardener. I'm your host and Master Gardener in Training, Tanisha Shade Spain. We've got some great questions, topics, and show and tells, some of which are live, to get to tonight. So we're going to jump right in on the show tonight. We've got a wonderful panel of experts who are ready to share their knowledge with you about all things gardening. So let's just jump right in and have them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about their specialty and what they'll be talking about tonight. So we'll start down with you.
Thank you, Tanisha. I'm Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. We are family owners of a nursery. We've been in the business since 1865, so we grow annuals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. So each day I answer a little bit of those questions. I can do that here today as well.
Okay, and next.
Hello, my name is Mark Kemp. I'm a landscape architect, and I can answer questions regarding landscape design, trees, shrubs, perennials, care thereof. So that's what I'll help with.
Excellent. And last but not least,
I'm Jim Appleby. I'm an entomologist at the University of Illinois, so I deal with the insects and mites attacking trees, shrubs, and flowers.
excellent. Okay. All right, so let's get started tonight. So Shane, you've got a show and tell that you brought in tonight?
Yeah, so
What
I've
do you
brought
got?
in a very popular plant this time of year, and it's a hibiscus. And hibiscus are confused because there's three different types. There's the annual hibiscus, there's a tropical hibiscus, there's a Rosa Sharon that actually is called a hibiscus, and then there's this perennial hibiscus, and we call this a dinner plate hibiscus, and it's mostly because the flower is almost the size of a dinner plate. And this one's called Cranberry Crush. It blooms pretty much this time of year, most of July, or at least into August, and it just covered in flowers. And the newer varieties are getting even more floriferous, just tons of flowers on every branch. And you can see the colors are great. There's pink, purples, reds, whites. This one gets about 3 to 4 feet tall and just as wide. And again, you'll have blooms all summer long. Very easy to maintain, but I will say it's the last perennial to come up every year. Every year at the nursery, people say, oh, mine died, I'd like to buy another one. They need about 80-degree weather to really start hitting its stride. So give it some time, let it come up before you say it's dead, because it is the last perennial to come up every year. And it's just a gorgeous color.
Those
Shane,
blooms
does
are
the deer
beautiful.
and rabbits get to these?
Rabbits don't mess with it at all. Deer, I don't think it's a problem at all. And it grows fast enough. It'll put on a foot a week during the hot time of year. So it
Wow.
really is a good plant for this time of year. And people kind of forget about it, but this last couple of weeks, this is all we've been hearing about. Do you have the hibiscus? And when we say hibiscus, then we go into that. Is it annual, perennial, shrub, tree? And I say dinner plate, and they know what I'm talking about.
Wow, that bloom, that color is gorgeous.
Yeah, just a beautiful plant.
It is, it is. Okay, Mark, we're going to get to you. We've got a question for you about birch saplings. This is from Kevin. He says, the bark on my 2 3-year-old birch saplings are still brown. At what age does the bark transition to white?
Okay. This question is kind of open-ended. At what point would the bark transition? And with almost any plant, but specifically this white birch, it's going to take several years, 3, 4, 5 years. That tree is pretty much putting all of its energy in growth, and then once that outer layer of bark starts to grow and develop, then it'll start showing those characteristics. Key here too, though, I thought I would throw in is if you're taking saplings from a yard, typically those are going to be grown from seeds that have overwintered and grown, whether it's the white birch or another type of tree that would have like sprouting saplings. You want to note that if it comes from a more of a cultivar, it's not going to exhibit all of those characteristics. So, if there's certain things that the tree in your yard have that you like, you might not get those exact results from a sapling. So
And it's good to know the only white birch that doesn't get borers is called white spire. The rest of them do get borers. So if it's a white spire, you're
Yes.
clean, but if you don't have white spire, your white birch is going to take a little bit more work.
yes.
Okay. All right. Jim, now you've got some critters in house
Yes, I
tonight.
do have some critters. You growers that are trying to grow broccoli or cabbage or Brussels sprouts, I'm sure have this problem with these worms. They're actually caterpillars. The first one I like to talk about is called the imported cabbage worm butterfly larva. And that's this one right here. And yeah, that's that one. They're very green and they're very velvety. Eventually, after they get done feeding, they make holes in the leaves, by the way, so they can almost defoliate a plant. They will change into a pupa stage, or chrysalis, and then what will emerge will be a white butterfly. And you'll see these flying around the garden. They'll be flitting around, getting nectar on your different flowers. So they're very common, but they're very destructive, and they eat holes in the in the foliage. And as you can see here, this is a leaf from a Brussels sprouts, but it's just all got these holes. Then the other one,
The busy one.
the busy one, he's really busy. This is called the cabbage looper. It will also feed on those other crops I mentioned, and it too does the same type of damage. This, though, eventually will develop into a moth. So these moths will fly at night, whereas the butterfly you'll see in the daytime. So you don't see the adult of this thing, but those two, well, I mean, both species will make these holes in the leaves and can be really destructive. Now, as far as control, I like to use Bacillus thuringiensis, or called BT, and I think, Shane, you have some of that in your store.
Yeah, we call it Thuricide.
Or Thuricide. Use that, and I think Farm Supply Store here in Champaign-Urbana also carries those products. But I would like to use BT. If you can't use that, I like BT because it does not affect other insects except caterpillars. So that's a good safe material to use. Or you can use dust of 7. So you can just dust the plant with 7, and that would be also effective. Be sure to read the insecticide label when you use it on food crops. But either one of those insecticides would be good to use.
And before the show, you and I were talking, my cabbage plants are toast because of those guys. We left town for a few days, came back, and everything like Swiss cheese out there. And so that's a wrap on that.
So it's really important to watch your plants all the time. As soon as you see the first little holes, then start using materials to get rid of them, because they can chew up things very, very quickly.
Just takes a couple days. Okay, great. All right, before we move on to calls, want to give a quick plug to our podcast. Make sure you are checking that out at all the available places: Stitcher, NPR One, and Apple Podcasts. And we're going to go ahead and start taking some viewer calls. Carol in Fairbury, she's on line 3 and has a question about phlox. Carol, are you there?
My garden phlox.
Yes, ma'am. What's your question?
My garden phlox is not doing very well this year. The leaves, they're fine on the underside, but on the top side of the leaves, they look kind of like spotted, like they've been sprayed or something, and there has been no spraying done. And they do not look real healthy. I'm not getting a lot of blooms. I took a leaf and brought it in the house and washed it underneath water. There was no bugs or anything, and the back side is perfect, but the front side, it looks like it's had a dusting of white.
The guys are nodding, so I think you're about to get an answer.
You can go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, with phlox specifically and several other perennials and shrubs, you're going to get like a powdery mildew or fungus-related issues. This year in particular has been wet, humid, hot, so that's going to increase the speed of infection. At this point, there's not much you can do with that plant. It's already kind of went past that point, but you're just going to keep a plant like that as healthy as you can. Don't water late in the day, open it up so it's not so closed off and there's no air circulation, because once that starts to spread, it's going to cover the top surfaces of your leaves and cause that plant to look unsightly.
Okay, all right. We're going to go to line number 2 now. We've got Josie in Springfield. Josie, are you there?
We're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, what's your question?
I planted a Baptisia called Blueberry Sunday and this spring, and I'm wondering why it hasn't bloomed yet.
It's one of the later blooms, so it may not have bloomed. And also, when you plant things from seed, sometimes it takes a couple years for it to bloom. It doesn't always bloom in the first year when you plant it from seed. When you plant things from cuttings, you get a quicker bloom. So you may not get to see it this year, but that gives you something to look forward to next year. And you still have a little bit of time left, but my guess is next year you're going to get some great blooms.
That's
Okay.
always the case with that plant, because I have the same thing. It will not flower the first year.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there you go. So it's definitely something to look forward to next year.
Yeah.
How about that?
All right, just got to be patient on that one. And it looks like we're going to do another round of questions. So let me get those out. Shane, we'll go with you. Trimming arborvitae. Scott in Effingham says he has a 6-foot arborvitae that are 2 years old. They have quite a bit of brown foliage on the side facing east. Should the damaged foliage be trimmed away? Also, is there any chemical treatment to control disease?
Yeah, so first of all, there's going to be a picture shown. I think that they're talking probably a occidentalis, which is an upright arborvitae, and there was a big problem with winter kill this year. And I know better than anyone because I had 300 arborvitaes that we dug and I brought out, and they looked terrible. And it's really, everybody's blaming disease, but I'm almost positive the brown that you have is winter kill. And yes, you do want to trim that all out. If you get that dead out, it gives air, gives light to the new growth underneath, and then that'll allow that to green up. So as long as you still have some green underneath it, you have a great chance of it filling out and not missing a beat. But you need to take the time and get pruners out and trim the whole thing. If it's all the way around, this is just the east side, so it should be pretty easy. There's some people that have it all the way around. You can take the whole thing in, get down to green and let it flush out, and then maintain the regular things, water, fertilization, all those things to get the plant healthy. And you should be just fine, but it's a very common thing this year. I wouldn't put any fungicide. Never put fungicides just because you think it's a fungus. Make sure you have the right chemical on there or no chemical at all. This was winter burn, just some shears and some labor.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Mark, we're coming to you now. Marty has a question about a Japanese maple. It's 17 years old, and it's got little white spots on every leaf. There are no aphids on the leaves, just the spots. A yellow fungus or something is also in the trunk abrasion. The new growth at the trunk base does not have spots on the leaves. Does the tree need to be treated?
Kind of goes back to what Shane just said. The spots on the leaves most likely are fungus. If it's anthracnose or some other fungus specifically. I think I said earlier too, it's at a point now where treating it with a fungicide is not going to help it at this point. And then in general, keeping the plant as healthy as possible. So specifically, the spots that you're seeing on a Japanese maple are not going to kill it or severely damage it to a point. So basically just keep it as healthy as possible the rest of this year, and then hope that next spring is not as severe of an infestation of it. Things you can do to help that though is if there's leaves on the ground, sticks on the ground, or twigs, collect those up, throw those in the garbage, get rid of those so that they don't keep reinfecting the tree. But if you did want to treat it, you would use a product at leaf break or bud break, and then treat that leaf as it's coming out like every 7 to 10 days. But not necessarily that necessary for a Japanese maple. The yellow spots on the trunk itself could be fungus, but it also could just be a lichen. It sounds like it's in a wet area. So once again, there, just kind of open up the area. If there's shrubs really tight to it or something, maybe prune those to a smaller size so there's a better airflow, and you should be okay with that.
Okay, wonderful. Jim, we've got a question for you now from Naomi about wormy fruit. She wants to know what she can do to get fruit from her apple, peach, and pear trees without them being wormy.
You know, that's a very difficult question to answer because there are so many insects and diseases that attack fruit trees that I think, Naomi, I would get a booklet and read about that and follow the guide on that. Now, the Extension, University of Illinois Extension, has a publication called Midwest Fruit Pest Management Guide. So you could call your local extension agent and find out the price. I think it's like $28 or something like that. But get that and read about it, and then I think that would be the best. Just follow that guideline because there's just so many pests and diseases. You just need to do that. Follow the recommendations.
Okay, good advice. All right, looks like we're going to go back to the phones. Line 2, we've got John from Effingham with a question about a vertical tear in the bark of a tree. John, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, what's your question?
It's about a 1.5 foot tear, vertical tear. I bumped it. It's a 12 to 15 inch walnut. What did I expect?
Did you say that you bumped it, or do you know what caused it?
Yes, I tore it with a machine.
Okay. The actual tear itself is real simple, tear up, but you probably dislodged the bark further back around. You're probably not going to see the full effects until later as that dries out and starts to decay and move, but it just really comes down to how much damage is done behind there. If it's caused by other reasons, I mean, it can heal itself and still be a viable tree, but if it's If it's a certain percentage around the trunk, you're going to have issues of it breaking, being open. It'd be harder for that to heal.
And I'm more positive because I bump a lot of trees with my
Okay.
tractors. Trees are pretty resilient, and so you can take a slice off of it if you get it with an arm of a tractor. They heal over. We call it knuckling over. You'll see the sides where it starts to come over.
Yes.
You don't have to put any tar or any
No.
special treatment on there. Trees have sap, and they use that sap just like we do a scab, and it'll scab over, heal over. You're going to see some bugs on it because they're going to be curious in those holes. They're really not going to cause too much damage. I would wrap it again in the winter. Let it heal up, let it harden over, let it stay all season, but then about November, take some wrap and wrap it up and keep it from getting burned over the winter, or maybe the rabbits, or just in general protect it over the winter. But if you see any signs, it's going to be you cut into the cambium and you're going to see the branches above that would be affected with that flow. But my guess is you hit it like I hit it, and it's just going to be ugly, and it's going to be something to remind you to be more careful next time.
A
And
reminder.
it is remarkable how much of a space they can.
I've
can
seen
heal
cars
over.
hit it, and the car looks much worse than the tree
Yeah.
later. So.
But the insect borers just love you kind of people.
Yeah,
You know that.
that is true.
Yes.
When
You
you
just
make it
open the
easier,
door.
They
for 'em
just
to walk
open the
right
door.
in.
Yeah.
Let's come in. Let's
But
go to
the
Shane's
key there
place.
too is not, like you said, not to wrap it in like summer months, because you're just going to kind of
let it harden off
that
a little
moisture.
bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Which line we're going to go to? Norma. No, line 3. Norma in Champaign. Norma has a question about a cedar apple rust. Norma, are you there?
I am here.
All right, what's your question?
Is it safe to use apples from a tree that has cedar apple rust? Can you peel the peeling off and use the apples if they're not damaged on the inside?
Sure, there's no problem with that.
Yeah, that's a foliage thing, not a fruit thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's what I thought, but I just thought I'd check with you.
Perfectly safe.
Better safe
yeah.
than sorry.
And you can see the apples better because there's no leaves on it.
Right.
All right, thank you so much for calling, Norma.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
All right, now we're going to go to 5. Martha in Springfield. She lost 3 hibiscus trees. Martha, are you there?
Yes.
Hello, what's your question? Well, I guess
Yes.
we know what the question is.
Right. Thank you for taking my question. We have several hibiscus trees, and we lost all 3 this year. And we were wondering why. They've been blooming for the past 3 or 4 years, and I don't know what to do about planting
So
another.
I'm assuming this is the shrub form. So you said
Yeah.
tree form, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you weren't calling for a warranty. I said, you can't call the phone line for the warranty here. No, everybody lost their Rosa Sharons this year. I'd say 95% of Rosa Sharons took a hit this year from the winter. In Illinois, we had one of the coldest, if not the coldest winters ever, 40 days below 30. Butterfly bush, Rosa Sharons, and knockout roses all took the hit. So it started trickling in, and by May, it was pretty evident which ones took it, and Rosa Sharon were the one. So it's not anything you did. I wouldn't tell you not to plant them again because they're not hardy. But when you get a hard year like that, that's going to be one of the plants that's your canary.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to find shrubs that are hardy through most anything we'll ever experience, but then there's going to be those marginal ones that in a severe winter, it's just not going to make it through, and that's going to be one of them.
One of the more delicate ones.
Yeah,
I
well, it
take
was this year. Every year there's some plant that just didn't like the winter.
Yeah.
And that was this year's.
Gotcha. Okay, well, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Before we move on to our next round of questions, just want to do a quick plug for our Instagram. We are on Instagram, so if you are too, why don't you search for us and give us a like and follow us and check out some of the pictures. It's a newer account, so bear with as we add more content, but definitely join us there. Just another way to reach out and be connected. All right, so next round of questions. Shane, back to you. This one's about compost. Can you use pure garden compost in your potted outdoor plants? Is it a good thing or too much of a good thing when you use it full strength?
Yeah, I first of all, I think it's great that you compost. It's great to take back all your waste and use it in your garden. But I usually don't use it full strength. I usually mix it in with the soil. We'll do 2/3 garden mix and 1/3 compost. So it could be a peat moss, It could be, I don't usually use black soil in my pot, so I usually use a peat moss base and then a third compost in there. You probably could use it as long as there's no manure of some animal. Manure from animals can get kind of hot, as they say, a little too much urea, a little bit too much, it can burn your plant. So that you have to be a little bit more careful. This you probably could plant, but I don't see any reason. You might make it go a little longer. It takes a while to get some compost, so you might as well make it go further by using about 33% of it in your potting.
Okay. Yep. All right. Mark, for you, Todd wants to know if the popcorn plant is annual or a perennial.
Okay, the answer to that specifically, if you're talking about the one that's more popular this summer, is an annual, grown in this area. In southern tropical areas, it would be more of a shrub, but here it's just not going to overwinter. It's treated as an annual. If they posted a photo I didn't see, that was actually a popcorn flower. And it's more of a shorter, but popcorn plant would have a yellow bloom and be much taller.
So this one that we're seeing right now, that's the flower?
Yeah, that would be more California, it looked like, and it was actually called popcorn flower. So it's probably just known for the looks of it. Popcorn plant is known for the smell of the flower, so it's going to smell like popcorn itself.
Okay, interesting. All right, I guess it just depends on where you are. Jim? For you, every year my tomato plants are starting to get gnats and red spider mites when they get to about 8 feet tall. What is an effective home remedy to control these pests? I don't have any other place to move the plants. That's Darren in Quincy.
Well, I doubt, Darren, that you're having a problem with spider mites on tomato. I've never ever seen spider mites on tomato. Ooh. So I think probably you want to send a sample into your local extension agent and find out what's going on. And gnats the same way. They just, you just don't have a problem with gnats on tomatoes. So I don't know what's going on. You really need to take a sample into your extension agent and see what's going on.
Okay. All right, we're going to go back to the phone. Line 3, Judy in Paxton. Her red bud is possibly dead. Judy, are you there?
Yes,
Hi, what's your question?
Hi. Well, my red bud bloomed last year, just really good. I mean, it looked like pipe cleaners. There was so much flowers on it, and then the leaves came on. And this year, it's just, there's not a thing on it. Never got flowers or green or anything. And I just wonder if it let its little heart out, or if it's dead, or what.
So it did not leaf out at all. I mean, the tree itself is dead?
Yeah, it looks dead. There's not a thing on it, but like I said, it bloomed so much last year that. And there's some things, what do you call them, sprouts coming up from the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it died, unfortunately. It definitely, by July, that's a rule we say, if by July 4th it doesn't have leaves, you probably
it's a goner,
lost it.
huh?
But here's the positive. At the end, you gave us a really good sign.
Yes.
Those shoots that are coming up are the natural form of redbud. Redbuds normally grow in clumps. If you cut that tree off and let that root grow and fertilize, you'll have a 4 to 5 foot redbud next year easily. So you'll have a brand new tree in its place. So you have new life in your old tree. So there's good signs.
So the root system did stay hardy enough to produce those, and the upper, what you see, is what has died. So, but yeah, get that cut out if you would like to grow that as a multi-stem shrub or tree.
And the roots are the same as the top. That's not true for all trees. Sometimes you get suckers that come up and it's a totally different one. But on redbud, it'll be the exact same tree. I don't know if the same form, but the same tree that you had before.
Okay, we're going to try to get one more call in. Line 2, Trigby in Champaign. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, what's your question?
Well, my question is this. The corn at this time of the year looks really beautiful around this area. But why are the first 2 rows of corn always stunted?
Why are the first 2 rows or so stunted?
Actually, it's competition mostly. If you're talking the edge of the fields, it actually is going to be competition from the weeds and grasses in the ditch. To kind of associate it with gardening, if you have weeds growing in your garden itself, it's also going to steal and compete for those nutrients in that water. And that's really what's happening with that edge row on the cornfield. So, yeah.
All right, good question. That was just a curious
driving
by sort of question.
You'll see 2 ears sometimes too on that outer row for some reason.
Interesting. Okay. Well, man, that went fast again. Second show in the books. We'd like to thank you all for being here today and joining us. Thanks to our expert panelists for their time and their knowledge today. We had a lot of fun talking about what you had to ask today and taking your questions. So glad that you all joined us, and we will definitely see you next week. Don't forget that you can always go to our website for more information and to watch episodes of this and our previous shows there. You can also check out our podcast, send us your questions via email, or if you can't sleep and have a burning question you want to ask, just leave a voicemail at area code 217-300-8224. Once again, on behalf of the panel, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. Good night.